Hello there. It's Christmas in July. How you doing? We're done with June, our happy birthday June bugs, and we are ushering in our July firecracker people. So we are here. It's going to be great. It's going to be fun. I got a giveaway this month in collaboration with All Things Kimberly, and we will be working on that. So you got to be here for that also. So Christmas in July is this month, and it's going to be fun. Okay? Well, it's going to be fun on my end. I don't know how some of you feel. But I thought I'd come on here because we're still doing the yard sale barbecue thing, and the last day of it is Sunday. So the day is Saturday. So we've been at it since Friday, and I got to get back out because you know how those people get. All right, so first I thought I'd come on here because my dad was out there, everybody's out there, and he starts his things of, what I want to call, words of wisdom maybe, and I thought I'd give them to you because I've been listening to them probably since I was a baby and didn't recognize he was still talking, okay? Yeah, my dad can keep on talking. Don't steal anything because he's going to tell you about it when you about 90 years old or something. He's still going to tell you. You remember when you stole blah, blah, blah? He's still telling my cousin about the time when I think he was 5 or 4 or something and stole some gummy worms in the store, and my dad was standing behind us, and I didn't know he was stealing. I'm standing there like, okay, we're in line, behind my mom and everything, and he'd come over to stay with us on a Saturday, and my dad got on out, got in the car, and he took, my dad doesn't, you don't get physical punishment plus or anything. It's more him talking. Sometimes you wish you would have the physical punishment or be put in a corner and nothing be said to you. He'll talk you to death, okay? He talks to the animals to death. They're sitting there like, somebody come get us. So it's like, rescue me. So, and you will hear it. If you did something wrong, everybody gonna know about it for years to come. Do you remember when? And that's what was happening out there too. It's going, do you remember when? Here he goes. And my mom's rolling her eyes up to the sky, praying, oh God, help us. Here he goes. All right, so I decided to impart his words of wisdom to you. And then, maybe he'll look on the channel and go, oh, she understood. I've been understanding. Okay. Okay, first thing you should do is say hello to your God every morning. When you open your eyes, you say hello or hi, how you doing? He's listening. Say something. Okay? May not be a prayer, maybe thank you, God, maybe whatever you want to say. Talk. Speak in your mind. Whatever you want to do, just pray, but speak to your God or your Creator every morning. And the other thing is to let it go. If you get in an argument with a family member, friends, which we have, family members, friends, we always have, let it go, okay? We forgive you in our mind if you don't want to accept the forgiveness, but we're going to forgive you because we're going to heaven. If we don't forgive, you're not going to get there. All right, so just let it go. And if they don't want to talk to you again, that's fine. You let it go. You forgave them and move on to what you got to do. Learn to ignore people. Okay, ignore what they're saying. It's none of your business what they're saying. Who cares? Okay, just learn to ignore it. If more people would ignore other people, people make comments outside in the store or whatever, and you may be bristling. And he just says, just let it go. Just get on out the door and keep rolling and just forget about it. Don't say anything back. Just keep going. Ignore them unless they're physically in your face. Now, okay, we got an issue. He's got an issue about that. But basically, if you're overhearing something or whatever, just ignore them. Even family members, just learn to ignore most of the time and keep going. Time does not heal everything, like they say. Time does not heal everything. He said that song is wrong. It may lessen the pain, but it's not going to heal everything. You're still going to remember. You may not feel the same way you did before, and it's just teaching you a life lesson about what should happen or shouldn't happen again, but it's not going to heal every pain. He said, even with people passing away, it's not going to heal. You're still going to remember. It may feel less years later or a minute later, it depends on who you're talking to about death, but it doesn't heal everything. You know, if you're angry with somebody, it may not heal everything. You're still going to remember. That's why people in arguments, they bring stuff back up because they still remember. They didn't forgive you technically for what went wrong. You keep bringing it back up. If you keep bringing it back up, they didn't forget. They didn't really forgive you. And maybe you need to have a conversation about that, especially if you're married or you're with your partner, that you keep bringing this up. Or did you really forgive me? And we need to get this forgiven and just stop bringing it up. But it's what you should do. Don't compare yourself to others, which I tell you all the time. Don't compare yourself with others. Just compare yourself to you. You're trying to beat the person that you were yesterday. Are you better today? What did you do yesterday that you could have did better instead of worrying about comparing yourself to everybody else? What could you have done better? You know, if you're budgeting, okay, you're saying, okay, I spent money. Okay, so you're trying more money than you wanted to spend. So you're trying to beat that person that you were yesterday. So so you're gonna go, I'm gonna beat that person from yesterday. I'm not spending any money, or I'm gonna spend less money. Beat the person that you were. Quit worrying about everybody else. Don't compare yourself. Compare yourself to yourself. Not your family members, not your parents, not your brother, not your sister. You. Compare yourself to you and make yourself better. If you don't know something, it's okay. If you really don't know anything about whatever it is, maybe somebody's talking, or maybe you're in class. You know, I've had professors call me in class and I go, I don't know, because I had these lessons when I was growing up. I don't know. You know, it's like a sin to say, I don't know. It really was. When you're in class, you don't want other people to know. But remember, you're not comparing yourself to those people. Ignore people. You've already got those down. It's okay to not know everything. I don't know. Okay? And if you don't know something, you'll figure it out. Because if you didn't know that answer, what you're going to do? You're going to go find that answer. If you're trying to find out about something, you know, like I did, there's something went on in the family, you know, blah, 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 and I figured it out later on. It may be a while. It may not be that minute, but you're going to figure it out, okay? Maybe a family member passed away with something, and then years later you find out you got the same disease. That's me, okay? I got the same disease that family member had, which was lymphedema. And I said, oh, they all had lymphedema. Technically, it's genetic. It's not just comes because it wants to come most of the time. It's genetic. That's what happened to them. And so you'll figure it out. You know, you don't need the doctors and everybody else. You'll just figure something out that you were doing. Okay, maybe with ancestry. Maybe you're figuring out that maybe I was adopted. Maybe I'm not feeling like I should. Not being against the adopted parents or anything, but maybe you didn't feel right about it. And so you go check, you figured it out. Okay? You may not know the answer, you'll figure it out. Okay, you are in charge of your own happiness. Nobody is in charge. When you get up, you can't blame anybody for not being happy. You can be happy with nothing. Okay, you can have one spoon and one bowl and some cereal, and maybe that's your favorite cereal, and you are happy. Okay, you have an animal maybe that you love dearly. You and the animal are happy. You're making that animal's life better. You are happy. Maybe you're just happy like I am when I get up and I can get a cup of coffee and I go out somewhere and sit in the park or whatever. I'm happy. You are in charge of your own happiness, whether you're happy. It's not other people. You can't make other people make you happy. and you don't want them to be that much in charge of you. Okay, you're in charge of yourself. Even if you're married, you're still in charge of yourself. Even if you have a boyfriend, you are in charge of yourself and your own happiness. Do things that make you happy. If you make yourself happy, you'll start doing other things a lot better than being grumpy and falling out and blah, blah, blah. Just make yourself happy. If you're in a breakup, start, self-caring, start doing things that make you happy. Maybe you have to journal. Maybe you have to talk to people. Maybe you have to go to therapy. I don't know what you have to do, but you focus on you. You are in charge of your happiness, okay? So then every morning, you think of that night before, it's not every morning. That night before, always think of 4 reasons you want to get up, combined with what are you going to do tomorrow? What are you going to do tomorrow? Not just sit there and go surprise. This is done the night before, not the morning of. What are you going to do tomorrow? Is there someplace you have to go? Write it down, okay? And try to focus on one thing needs to be about you. One thing needs to be about your family and animals, if you have animals. Those 2 things, make sure family and you are covered. And then everything else. We didn't say, I got to go to work. No. Okay, what other things do you have to do? And this is still combined with your happiness. What things are still going to make you happy? What do you have to do tomorrow? Maybe after work, you're going to take a walk in the park. Maybe you're going to make your spouse's favorite meal. Maybe you're going to, go to the grocery store and buy something different. It does not have to be expensive. What are you going to do to make yourself happy? Maybe you're going to take an art class that you've always wanted to take. Maybe it's a cooking class. Okay, you're going to call tomorrow. What am I going to do tomorrow? I'm going to call and sign up, see if I can sign up for that art class. Maybe I want to go to the museum. Think of something that you want to do. And don't be afraid to go out to make yourself happy. I have went to movies by myself. I have went to the zoo by myself. I have went to the fair by myself. I get up in the morning, I was gone. And actually, when you're in the movie, every time you go in the morning, there's other people in there by themselves because they don't feel comfortable going with, everybody else comes out, evening, afternoon. They don't feel comfortable. So they usually go in the morning. And there's a lot of single people going by themselves. So you don't have to have somebody going to the movie and some of these places. People have conditioned themselves that even when you go to a restaurant, you're supposed to have 2 people at the table. Both of you supposed to be there at the table. I've been restaurants by myself. I enjoyed it. It was like, I don't have to talk to you. I'm fine. Okay, bye. Just go. So think of things that you want to do that for your own happiness. This is all for your own happiness. This whole thing that he has built out in his life, my dad, and he goes by doing this, and he's been happy. My mom's been happy. She's been following. The whole family's following it, okay? So, remember, Christmas in July, and the giveaway is soon from All Things Kimberly and I. And get ready for that, what you have to do for that giveaway, because I want somebody to win it. All right. Take care. Love you so much. Thank you for everything you say. Thank you to my subscribers and non-subscribers and old subscribers and subbies and everybody else. And I want you to have a wonderful day, whether it's raining, storming. You can find happiness somewhere, something good in any day. There's good somewhere, okay? So just look for it. You're not looking hard enough. Take care. Love you all. Bye-bye.